Okay, seventh graders. So right now it looks like a lot. We're going to go through each thing. So today you're going to be adding and mainly subtracting positive and negative numbers. But yesterday, or the last lesson that you did, so probably Friday, unless you did it on Thursday, you were adding numbers such as you were doing something like this, 5 plus negative 3. And you were told to take the absolute value of both of them. So 5 absolute value minus absolute value of 3. So the difference between them was 2. Okay, so that's how you got your answer. And then you looked, this is positive, this is negative. Which one of those is bigger? The positive, so your answer would be 2 here. Today, you are going to be subtracting. So you're going to have numbers like this. Now we know 5 minus 3. We know 5 minus 3 equals 2. 5 minus 2 equals 3. 5 minus 1 equals 4. 5 minus 0 equals 5. It's when we get it that is difficult. 5 minus negative 1. So what you can do when you're subtracting, instead of doing the subtracting part, you can always change the opposite to addition. That's what I did here. 5 minus 3 equals 2. Well, I also have 5 plus negative 3. What's the opposite of positive 3? Negative 3. When I change this subtraction sign to a plus, I have to write the opposite. So 5 plus negative 2 would be 3. 5 plus negative 1 would be 4. You have $5, you give 1 away. Now remember, 0 cannot be positive or negative. So that's going to be 5. Now when I change this negative 1, 5 changes to a plus. Negative 1, opposite of negative 1 is 1, so that becomes 6. We're going to have the same thing over here. 5 minus negative 2, well, I'm going to just change it. I'm going to change it to a plus sign, write the opposite of this. 5 plus 2 equals 7. So that means 5 minus negative 2 would equal 7. So in this, you can do A minus B is the same thing as A plus the opposite of B. So what you're going to be doing is the opposite of B. So if we had any number, so I'm just going to pick one from your skill check. The skill check says 6 minus 8. Okay, 6 minus 8. So I'm going to keep my 6, change it to a plus sign. The opposite of positive 8 is negative 8. So if I'm doing the plus, that's where I'm going to go back to this absolute value. We know how to do the absolute value. I'm going to take the larger one, absolute value 8 minus 6, which is 2. Okay, now I'm going to decide which one is bigger, positive or negative? Negative. So that's how I get my answer here of negative 2. So you can always switch every single one of these subtraction problems into an addition problem. Now, another trick that the book won't show you, but if it's 2 negatives in a row, if it's minus a negative, 2 negatives together make a positive. So you can change that negative into a plus sign, and then you can just add straight across instead of going through all the work of changing it into this.